Hi, everyone. So let's do a reading for something that you don't see, something that you're not recognizing that's around you. And the big picture oracle system is a really good system to use for a reading like that. So I'm going to do a 5x3 picture, and we're going to see if we can figure out something that you can't see. So there's the stars, the handshake, the mice, the heart, the wine, the moon, the road, the key, the safe, the clouds, the bed, the cross, the anchor, the coffin, and the fox. So this is a 5x3 picture. And when I read these, I like to start with the card that's right in the middle because it represents you. And so in this case, you are holding a key, or you are the key to something, that you have the solution to something, you're sitting on the solution to something. You're probably aware of that because the key is so prominent in your position. You're probably aware that you hold the key to something, you have the answer to something, you have maybe a solution to something. Then I like to look at these two corners, and the stars are here. This is your spiritual GPS, which is telling me that you are a very intuitive person because this is falling in the position of what you know. So I do think that you know you're being guided towards something. You have a very strong intuition, and that your guides are almost protecting you with the intuitive messages that you're getting right now. And I say protection because the fox is here. And the fox is here in your environment. This is something that you can see. So the question is something you can't see. We'll get to that. But I know something that you do see is that there's a tricky person in your energy. There's someone here that your guides are really trying to draw your attention to let you know that something is wrong in this situation. But I think you're very well aware of that already, that there's something off in this situation, and that something has to be done perhaps about having this person in your life, or understanding that maybe this person doesn't have your best interests at heart. So then I see the road and the safe surrounding this key. So it feels like in the recent past, you've had to make a decision about something, which is what this road is. It can be a complete change of plans, that recently you've started thinking perhaps that this person is not good for you, that this person is making bad choices. This person could be leading you down the wrong path. And so this is telling me that you recently decided to have a change of plans, to make a new decision. And with the moon here, it's another card of intuition. And the stars are shining right on top of the moon, which is telling me that you really are listening to what your intuition is asking you to recognize, that you've come to some conclusion about this person who appears to not be very honest, perhaps. The fox card is someone who can be a bit of a trickster, someone who can be very selfish. So if there's someone in your energy that you feel that way about, you're getting intuitive hits about them recently, and you're changing your mind. And that may be why you're holding the key, that you know the answer to this is something to do with this person who's around you that is not trustworthy, or perhaps that is the key, is recognizing that they are not trustworthy. Then on the other side of the key is the safe. And we did say that word protection, that I do feel like your guides are protecting you from this person, in the sense that they're giving you these intuitive downloads about this person. So if you're getting a feeling somehow that there's a person around you who you're not quite sure is right, then this is your message. Because if you're getting these intuitive nudges that someone's lying to you, someone's being selfish, someone's sneaking around, then your intuition is spot on, and that is the protection that's being offered to you. And because this safe is coming in with the clouds, it feels like someone is purposefully trying to confuse the situation. The clouds, especially because it's above this fox, I do think that this fox is intentionally trying to confuse you. And then to jump ahead, I see the wine card there too, which can be a card of toxicity. It can be. In this case, I believe it is. So it feels like this person is deliberately trying to confuse you about something. It's giving almost a gaslighting type of energy. And I believe that's what this row is telling us. When I look at this column, which is also surrounding the key, I can see that you're supported by a lot of stability. So this tells me a couple of things. This tells me that you are a stable person, that maybe perhaps you can take care of yourself. You have reached a lot of goals, a lot of milestones on your own, that you don't really need another person in your energy to help you to do that, that you've accomplished a lot on your own. And so I do think that that's another key aspect to this. This is another part of the solution for you, is saying, I don't need to settle for just anybody in my life. I don't need to settle for a fox in my energy, because I deserve better than that. I don't need anyone. I deserve someone who's going to be as stable as I am, someone who's going to treat me the way that I deserve to be treated. Those types of messages coming through with this anchor. Then above the key is the mice. And so that's how I know that you know, because this is what you know as well. This is something, these three cards are what you know. And this is what's on your mind. You're thinking about these mice, which again relates back to this fox, because these are both diagonal from the safe card. So I know you're being protected from these mice and fox, who I believe is the same person. These mice are someone who, the mice cards in the big picture oracle system are sometimes people who take things from you, or who are not honest with you, who can breadcrumb you, these types of energies. So I do feel that this relates back to this person, but you're well aware of this. You are well aware of the fact that this person is keeping you in some kind of a lack mentality. So that's the good news. The good news is that you're very aware of all of this. I think that part of what you're not seeing in this situation is that this person is intentionally trying to confuse you. So what I'm getting from that is that you're still giving this person the benefit of the doubt. So perhaps you're thinking that this person is being selfish for their own reasons. Maybe they have trauma in their life, so they can't show up fully for you. Or maybe you feel like they have attachment issues, and so you're trying to give them the benefit of the doubt about why they would be breadcrumbing you, or why they would be giving you less than they can. Or maybe they're saying they're down on their luck right now and they don't have any money, which is why they can't share with you the way you've been sharing, or why they have to borrow from you so much. So make it make sense for you and your own situation. But what this is feeling like is you're giving them too much of the benefit of the doubt, because with the wine and the clouds coming together, especially with the heart, it feels like they're trying to almost romanticize you, or bring romance into the situation to confuse you and to make it seem like they love you very much. This is a very love bombing type of thing. But the wine and the clouds together are very much giving me this impression that they're deliberately trying to intoxicate you with their love, or with their words, or trying to confuse the issue, or trying to make you not see that they're doing this intentionally, that they could be giving you back whatever it is you deserve and what you need in this relationship, but they're deliberately deceiving you. And so finally, we'll get to the area that you don't see, and we have the bed and the cross. And so what this is really telling me is that this is most certainly a karmic partner because of the cross. And we have karmic partners in order to teach us lessons, in order for us to untangle our karmic spaghetti, as I like to say. I do think that these relationships come into our lives so that we can learn from them and then never let them happen again. So I think that's what you're not seeing, is that this is meant to be a lesson for you. And I think that's why I see that you're holding this key, because you're meant to, with this key, solve this puzzle where you're supposed to understand what you don't know. You don't know that this person is deliberately confusing you. And as soon as you figure that out, that's the key of getting out of it. You don't have to feel sorry for them anymore. You don't have to take care of them anymore for the reasons that they were convincing you had to. So now you can release them, learn that lesson, and then not get caught up in these types of relationships again. I get the impression, especially because the cross is here, that perhaps these are relationships that you have been in often, that you tend to get into relationships because of love bombing, but then they tend to take advantage of you. That's coming through here too with this cross. And so this is your chance to fix it once and for all, and to then start taking the kind of people into your life that match your stability, and to put an end with this coffin. You're putting an end to your cycles with these trickster people, these love bomber type of people. So I think that's what I have most clearly coming through here. Again, if we follow these two arrows, there's an upward pointing arrow this way, and there's a downward pointing arrow that way. I like to read the cards in that way as well. And so I'm seeing the bed with the road and the mice. And this is saying what you once thought was a comfortable situation for you, who you once thought was home, you're having a change of plans now because you can see that they're not giving you enough. And again, you're being protected from that energy. And then if we read the other way, if we read the downward facing, you're being guided by your guides for this change of plans. This is for your own stability. You're choosing yourself is what I'm getting with this anchor card, that right now you don't need another person. You're working through this karma. You're realizing you can rely on yourself, because this anchor right here supporting you confirms that you can support yourself, and you are. And that's the key too. And that protection is going to lead to celebration. So in this arrow, this downward pointing arrow, this wine card is a celebratory card. So that's how I'm seeing this reading, is that you're going to release this person and also release your karma with the cross and the coffin. And you're going to be able to celebrate that you don't need anyone else. You don't need love bombers. You just need to support yourself, which you're already doing. You just need to recognize that. So I think that answers our question for what you don't see, is that this is a karmic lesson that you're meant to release. So please let me know how this was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.